It's amazing how y'all make me start off things with a smile. Oh, so this is another V for vulnerability moment. Was that V right? That mug had to go up. That was more like a obtuse angle. I don't know. I was never good at geometry. Don't judge me. Anyways, so today, ladies and gentlemen, we got another session of V for vulnerability. We're gonna get straight into it. Eye booger. So these videos, man, like I said, they raw, a lot of times uncut, and spontaneous. So if they're a little unorganized, that's just the way of the man. You know what I mean? But anyway, so today, man, today is December 1st. Wow. How often does this happen? Today is December 1st of 2021. And I woke up today feeling drained. I had no reason as to knowing 100% why. Many circumstances could be playing a role or playing a factor. Again, transportation is always still a binding factor. So getting to work and getting to these jobs can be annoying when you know, the ones that are closer to me doesn't post as often. So that always gets to me. I always, you know, wake up and try to find a way to make some money. Every day I can save. For the past couple months I've been making money. Some days it's $1, some days it's, you know, 200. So just with a hustler's mindset, I just always just keep moving, keep working. But some days it just feel like you ain't doing enough. You know what I mean? Some days it feels like you're not, you know, doing enough to make things happen. Although there's been, you know, applying to many of jobs, but there's just many circumstances that I face. I try not to give myself excuses and knowing that there's always a way to make it happen. And that's why I still get up and I'm, you know, bust and buckle things and, you know, make it happen to try to, you know, see it through. But at the end of the day, sometimes it is those hard moments. And I just try to realize, man, that I'm human and I got to go through that. I got to take that. I got to face that. And even in your road to success, when you are being successful, sometimes you still have those days, you know, where things ain't all gelling the way it's supposed to. Stuff ain't manifesting quite, you know, in front of you yet. And especially when things don't pan out the way that you necessarily want to when you see them, it can be difficult. But that's when you got to just really just buckle down, bro, and understand, you know, this is where it's time to be strong. This is where you build that strength. This is where you use that strength that you've already built, you know, in the past. Like during the easy times, during the highlight times where you rocking and you rolling, you knocking shit down. Like those are the times where, you know, you don't need to use your strength. You could just use momentum. You're just using talent. You're just using natural ability to get through. But, you know, once you reach those tough times, that's when you got to use the things learned. That's when you got to use the muscle. That's when you got to use the grit. That's when you got to use the drive. That's when you got to use your heart. You know, it's no longer just on the natural, you know, flow. You know, now you got to go against resistance, and it takes more work. It takes more effort. It takes more of you. And sometimes when you give in more of you get drained faster. So, yeah, man, keep pushing. I try to use my story, my days, my vulnerable moments, man, to be like, you know, help people see through. Because I know that at the end of the day, I know I'm going to get through it. I know I'm going to figure out some way, somehow. And I know that a lot of people out there don't have that mentality to where they're going to figure it out or they're going to figure it out. I said that twice. They're going to figure it out. They're going to find it out. I don't know. Whatever I was trying to say. But anyway, bro. So that's why I come here, you know, have the vulnerable moments with y'all. Next on the agenda, I just realized that it's December 1st and December 2nd is my oldest sister's birthday. Shout out to Tiff. You know, shout out to the legend. Legend never die. But look at that, represent Kobe. Look at the connections going on here, boy. And that's always deep. I always had these moments, you know what I'm saying, around this time where, you know what I'm saying, I kind of, feel that drain or, get real, like, sad. I haven't had a sad moment, and that's dope. I think this is just more so about my dreams and my goals. But on honestly, making the connection is the same thing. I always want to be able to do something, during this time and do it for her. My birthday coming up too. It's always big for me because our birthday was 5 days apart. So like throughout our childhood, most times, like I remember 1 or 2 times in my life where I had my own birthday cake. Because me and Tiff would always share one. Most times they would get one of the big full sheets and she would have half of it and I would have the other half. Or even when, money was low, like she would have a half and I would have half. And I remember one time, like she even like baked the cake and it was me and hers. So, and we ate it together, and that was dope. Damn, that was dope, bro. Just like thinking back on that. Oftentimes I miss her, man. Oh, god damn, that just caught me. Whoa, I gotta slow down. Hold on. We gonna be vulnerable. We ain't gonna cry though. Oftentimes I miss her. Her presence. She was an amazing big sister, man. Like a second mom to us. Everybody that you can ask about her says that. Cousins, sisters, brothers. And she left young, man, 20 years old. About 2 weeks before her 21st birthday. But it's funny because she was already, like, it seemed like she was already so much more mature. She carried herself like she was well into her 20s, into her late 20s already. Had her apartment, had things set up, at the age of 20. And was living on her own and surviving on her own. So that was amazing. She went through her struggles. She wasn't a perfect person, but she was a beautiful person. And that's all that really mattered. And I miss her. So Tiff, I just want to say I love you and I miss you. And I still see you and feel you. So I know your presence is always here. Rock with your boy. We taking it up. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to do these great things and use a lot of the love that you gave me growing up to give it to my people out here, my dreamers. So shout out to that. Yeah, that got kind of, I feel like the energy got a little bit extra low, but it shouldn't have been. Anyway, like I said, it's a vulnerable moment, so we're gonna kick it. I'm gonna try to keep this a little bit short, but boom, where we at? Yeah, so those things being the key things. Of course, the transportation causes monetary issues. Man, I'm always trying to have to hustle and figure it out. And sometimes, like, some days where you can't really figure it out, like you can't like really put your finger on the button. But like I always say, man, you got to keep moving. And for my dreamers out there, understand that sometimes rest is okay. And sometimes stopping and just being silent and just observing is okay. Sometimes it's what you need. Sometimes you need to recollect that energy to go back out there and do it again. We're not perfect. We're not perfect people, and we don't always make the right decisions. We don't always make the best decisions. And sometimes, with the will that we have, we sometimes can step in the pothole or bump our foot on the obstacle or not quite jump the hurdle the right way and fall over it. And we gotta, deal with that pain. We gotta deal with that embarrassment, from the crowd watching. We gotta deal with, that rebuilding that confidence in ourselves to keep going forward. Understand that that's a part of the journey. That's a part of it. It doesn't mean that you're failing. It doesn't mean that you're any less of a person or any less successful because you did trip. What it means is, hell, you running a race. And sometimes that's what happened. You know what I mean? Sometimes you don't run a perfect race, but you can still win. You run and you catch a cramp. Do you push forward? You know what I'm saying? Do you stop? It's okay to sometimes in the series of races to take a second place or to take a third place. Learn from that. Learn from that situation. And when you bump your foot on that hurdle, you hit your shin on that hurdle or you fall over, internalize that pain, internalize, the lesson of how you did not make it over it. Were you pushing too hard before you got there so you didn't have enough energy? And the next time you see a hurdle ahead of you, slow down a little bit, pace yourself. You know what I'm saying? Be aware and understand that you got to move different in order to get, past that that obstacle the next time. As I'm speaking to y'all, I'm starting to see how even in my life, I see that sometimes, negative energies do face me and they come into my life, and I've been able to see them. And actually, I've been able to be stronger in denying those and pushing those off. So with that, right now in my awareness, while I'm having this vulnerable moment, I'm actually connecting with that right now in my mind, and I'm seeing it to how I've seen these things, and I'm seeing these things, and now I know what I can do to not allow those things to have any type of control over me. You know what I mean? Of course, you're going to feel the effects of them when they come around, but it takes practice to become perfect. It takes practice to be fluid at these things that we want to be good at. And although I speak a lot of powerful things, although I speak a lot of great things, I'm not as affluent in those things as I could be or want to be. But I am trying. I am working every day to be diligent. And when I am here speaking to y'all, I don't come here as a perfect person. I don't come here as a person that can give you these things as some all-knowing guru or philosopher and has these things all figured out and written down in scribes and this. Like, no, that's not me. I am the living embodiment of a dream. I am the living embodiment of the person that is walking and becoming better. I go through my struggles on a daily basis. And when I'm going through those struggles, I just choose to use them to come to my people and say, hey, this is what I'm going through. This is what I think is a way to get through it. Hey, let's try this together. And if I'm wrong, we're going to trial and error this shit, because we all are wrong. We all make those missteps. But at what point do we take those missteps and understand that we all have them and we're human? So now let's help each other. Let's figure this out together to become a better human body in general. So I come here in these vulnerable moments, I mean, not asking for anything for myself or not looking for help or not looking for anything like that. But I come here asking, how can I help? How can I help serve my people with my gift of being aware of my own self and what I'm going through and how to actually get out of it. This is a part of my journey, and once I figure it out, eventually I'll be here, sitting here in meditation stage, floating, you know what I'm saying, giving y'all the keys to life. But until then, bear with me. Until then, bear with me. Bear with me as me having my human experience. I'm gonna end this off because I don't want to take it too long, but legends never die. Let's start there. Rest easy, Tiff. And that legend never dies, just not for those who pass. That legend never dies, is for you. That legend inside of you that is brewing. That God, that goddess, that greatness that is inside of you that is brewing, it will not die. There is no way to kill it. There's no way to stop it. You have to continue to learn how to channel it. Even when the light is dimmed, that does not mean it is out. Take what you can. Take the problems. Take the oxygen of life and fuel the fire. Fuel the fire. Understand that energy can neither be created nor destroyed. You have that energy. It won't be recreated. What you have won't be recreated, nor will it be destroyed. But it's on you to use it. It's on you to use it no matter what. Now, you can quit, you can give up. But what happens to the people that need you? What happens to the people that need your unique gifts? Because somebody out there does. There's something in this world that you do better than everybody. And the way that you do it, no one else can do it like you. You are the goal of perfection at this thing, at this talent, at this gift. And if you give up on your dreams, you give up on your goals, you give up on yourself, humanity will suffer. We will all suffer in some way, somehow, because you've taken away the special gift that God has blessed you with. Blessed you with, literally, to serve other people. Man and woman was created to care for the earth, to till it, care for the animals, to care for what was here. You are a man and a woman. You have a role. Serve it. Serve people with it. Make people happy with your talent, with your gift. Do not give up. Do not quit because times get hard. I'm coming here right now, through my vulnerability, through my down moment, and literally just started speaking to y'all. Forget it. Let's get out of my stuff and let's reach out here. Because somebody else could use this too. Somebody else can use these words. Somebody else can use that love. Channel your bad times, channel your hard times into something for somebody else. Forget about what's in it for me. I'm not worried about that right now. I'm more so worried about how can I help? How can I use my hard times to help other people? Let's keep that. Let's develop that mindset. Let's everybody develop that mindset. How can we use our every time, our good times, our bad times, our all times to help everybody? They say God is good all the time, and all the time God is good. So be good. Be good to people. Let's never die. Keep the legend inside of you alive. Keep fighting. Keep pushing. All right? All right, my people. I want y'all to have a wonderful day. Know it's love to all my dreamers. Wish you all the best success. Let's get through these vulnerable moments. Let's help one another. Let's love one another. Let's be a resource to one another in every way that we can. There's no reason to want to take away from anyone when we all can give to one another. Like, there's no reason. So let's keep fighting. Let's keep being there for one another. Let's keep pushing in our own dreams, pushing in our own world. Remember, somebody needs you. Somebody needs you and somebody believes in you. Peace, love, and dreams.